Hey, hello everyone. My name is Dinesh Krishnan. We just created the project and added the core NLP library into our application, right? So before going to leverage all the features available in the core NLP, we have to set up the pipeline by loading appropriate properties. Let's see how to do that in our application. So go to your application. I'm going to create new package called com.dineshkrish.nlp. That's a package. Inside this package, what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to create one more class called pipeline, right? The class called pipeline. So here we're going to create a Stanford core NLP pipeline by loading appropriate property, right? So I want this particular object to be created only once, so I'm going to do the singleton implementation, right? Because we're going to use this object throughout our application. But whenever we need to load a property for any feature, we can actually come here and then load a property. We can get only one object throughout this application, right? So to do that, what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to make one private static variable, private static. I'm going to call Stanford core NLP. Obviously that's going to return Stanford core NLP. I'm creating two more private static variable called properties from Java.little package, then private static string. I'm going to say the properties name, right? You can mention the property annotator for each and every field as of now. So I'm going to leave it as empty, right? I'm going to make this particular class constructor as a private so that we can't really create an object, right? So I'm going to make private pipeline. So obviously the object cannot be created because we have a private constructor. So I'm going to introduce one more method called public static. I'm going to call this method actually get pipeline. So which is going to return Stanford core NLP. I'm going to call this is actually get pipeline, right? So I'm going to say if the pipeline Stanford core NLP reference variable is equal to null, then what I want to do, I just want to create an instance for that equal to new Stanford library. If you look at it, this particular thing actually takes Stanford core library. This actually takes the property as an argument. So you can actually pass a property. I'm going to pass the property that we have, right? So then I'm going to return the Stanford core NLP. So what is the logic here? Whenever we call this get pipeline method, if that is a null, I'll be creating a new object, right? Then I'll be returning that object. If it is not null, this line would be skipped, and then we'll be returning the same object again to make sure we are getting always one object. So that is actually kind of a typical singleton implementation, right? So that is actually done. So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually introduce the static block. So where I want to load all the annotator into this property, right? So to do that, what I'm going to do, properties equal to new properties. I'm going to pass I'm going to do properties dot set property. The property name is going to be annotator, annotators, right? Then I'm going to pass property names, right? So we will actually as of now what we did actually we created the pipeline with a singleton descent pattern. So we'll be calling this pipeline throughout our application by loading appropriate property based on the feature.